The idea that sex alone will keep a man is one of the lies that you're telling yourself that is keeping you sad, single, and stuck. So today I want to talk to you about the 6 lies you're telling yourself that are keeping you single, sad, and stuck. A woman who lies to herself has no right to expect the truth from anyone else. In order for you to attract the partner that you want, who is honest, who's committed, who's loyal, who's loving, you have to be all of those things to yourself. And so the real work begins way before you ever meet the love of your life or the man of your dreams, and when you are alone with yourself and by yourself. The things that you tell yourself matter. The stories that you adopt have an impact on the way that you show up in the world and the way that others see you. It's time to take the mask off and be your truest, most authentic self. Look in that mirror, boo. One of the things that I tell all of my clients when they first come to work with me is that you have to be willing to truly and fully see yourself in this space in order for this relationship to work. In that coach-client dynamic, I'm always going to say things that you might feel resistance to. This is not always a pretty process. People think that self-love and self-work is cute, but it is hard work. And so if you are open to seeing a new perspective of yourself, it makes the dynamic between coach and client that much easier so that we can get you exactly what you want, the life and love of your dreams, the quality of relationships that creates the quality of your life. And so when you go out in the world, and let me just say, y'all not gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If we are all masked up, lace fronts and spider lashes and faces full of makeup, it does create a barrier for you attracting truth. Love lives in truth, love operates in truth, and love recognizes truth. And so if you are showing up in a way that is untruthful and not authentic to who you are, it will stop your man, your lover, your king, your husband from recognizing you and coming into your life. Let's go ahead and get into the 6 lies that you're telling yourself that are keeping you sad, stuck, and single. Lie number 1, it's all men's fault. We can't keep displacing this blame. I know that it's easier to say he did it and it's his fault and he's the reason, but sis, you gotta be real with yourself. You are responsible for your relationship results because you are the creator of life. And so telling yourself that it's his fault gives him all of your power. Making men to blame for the relationship results that you have in your life disempowers you and tells your psyche that you are not the creator of your life that you actually are. And so lie number 1 needs to be dismantled immediately. It starts with you taking personal accountability, being unafraid to own your choices, own the results of those choices, and not being so hard on yourself for making mistakes, because that is how you learn. Lie number 2, I'm in competition with other women. But you're absolutely not. You're not even in competition with yourself in this dating stage, in this relationship era, wherever you are in your life. You are in creator mode. What are you creating? What do you want to have? What do you want to experience? You get to choose, and it doesn't matter what you look like in comparison to another woman, what you have in comparison to another woman, or what you are building in comparison to another woman. It is simply about you stating as fact what you want based on who you are and not letting comparison steal your joy. Lie number 3, I don't need any help. I know that you can do it on your own, but if help is available, why would you? So many women struggle with allowing support into their lives, especially if you are type A like me, if you are accomplished like me, if you are a former independent woman like me. It's hard to accept the help and the support when it comes because you've been conditioned to do things on your own. Not necessarily because you wanted to, but because at some point in your life, you had to. And others let you down, others disappointed you, others abandoned you, or others neglected you. So it became easier to simply say, I won't ask for help and I won't accept help. I'll do it by myself. But this is a lie that keeps you in a small space. It minimizes you, it shrinks you. And what you really want to do is to begin to allow yourself to expand by allowing yourself to be supported. Lie number 4, I need to be in control. The need to be in control is a trauma response. And I know because, baby, I have had all the traumas in my life. When women have experienced personal trauma, especially when it comes to intimate or sexual trauma, there's a need to control all the pieces around you so that you can see the outcome before it happens. It creates this false sense of safety that serves you, right? And it served you for a time. This is part of how you've gotten here, to control all of the factors, control all of the players, control all of the outcomes so that you get the result that helps you to feel safe. But in partnership, there is no such thing as control. It's about compromising so that you and your partner can create a space and an environment that's safe for both of you, right? And I understand it's hard to feel soft if you don't feel safe. But relinquishing the control is really what you need to do, and allowing yourself to feel some of the fear that's there. I promise you, if you face the fear will become your friend. Lie number 5, I have to prove myself to a man. This is probably the worst lie, in my personal opinion, because I am a woman who knows her worth and who doesn't bite her tongue about it. It is important for you to recognize and understand that you are the prize. You are not the chaser. You get to choose. Whenever you show up in partnership from a position of unworthiness or inadequacy, you believe that you have to prove yourself to the other individual so that they can deem you valuable and they can deem you worthy. But this means that you are putting all of your value in someone else's hands. This means that you are giving your personal power away. You are saying, I am only as good enough, as worthy enough, as valuable enough, or as pretty enough as you say I am. And that completely dismantles your self-identity. So recognizing that you don't have to do anything to be valuable or worthy is going to position you in a place where you will shift and know that you are the chooser so that you never chase a man. And lie number 6, sex will keep him. If that was true, there would be no breakups. So, sex is easy to find. It's not hard to get. And every woman who has ever believed that having sex with a man was going to keep him was disappointed. Sex is a beautiful thing when it happens within the confines of a loving, healthy relationship, and it is about more than just the sex. But the idea that sex alone will keep a man is one of the lies that you're telling yourself that is keeping you sad, single, and stuck. There is an art to seduction. There is an art to femininity. There is an art to sensuality that you as a woman can fully embrace, which will improve and impact the relationships that you have. But you have to understand that it's not merely about the physical exchange. It's about the energetic, the psychological, and the spiritual exchange that's also happening. So knowing that when intimacy does come, you are choosing it from an empowered place because it's what you want for yourself and it's what you want to offer someone else. and not what you're using to manipulate him, this is going to bring about the best outcome. Whether this is someone you are with for the long term or whether it's simply something that happens in the moment. So the moral to today's story is this: you are in control of your relationship status. You get to decide whether or not you're going to stay stuck, single, and sad, or whether or not you are going to live and embrace your single life to create yourself as the partner that you want to be so you can attract the partner you want to be with. It is all in your own hands. And until you meet Mr. Right, be Mrs. Right to yourself. I hope that this episode was helpful and that you learned something. I would love to know your thoughts, so please share them below in the comments. And as always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.